Jeopardy! Fans still mad at Unresolved mistake this season. Fans are still seething at what they perceive as a mistake made by the judges on Jeopardy! This season. On one of the season 38 episodes, Sadie Goldberger lost to Megan Watch Sprees, even though both gave the same answer. Fans at the time were angry, and they have not gotten any happier, especially since the news that Mayim Bialik, who hosted that episode, is coming back for another season. What happened to Sadie Goldberger on Jeopardy? In the episode, the final Jeopardy question was, congratulating her on the 1869 release of her biography, Frederick Douglass wrote, "I have wrought in the day you in the night." The answer was, who is Harriet Tubman? Both Sadie and Megan got the question right, but Mayim Bialik said that Sadie's version was wrong. According to Mayim and the judges, Sadie's written answer wasn't completely legible. However, most fans claimed that Sadie wrote the correct answer. Many argued that bad handwriting should not discount getting an answer right. Sadie was robbed on #Jeopardy tonight. Won Jeopardy! Fan wrote on Twitter at the time. I've seen worse handwriting get through. It's very obvious her answer was Harriet Tubman and she would have won. While we are at it, can you please find a permanent host so I don't have to listen to Mayim be so condescending to contestants? The fan also included a screenshot of the answer, which was clearly the correct answer. What is even more interesting is that Megan Waxpress, who won the final Jeopardy question thanks to their judgment, went to Twitter. She seemed to agree that Sadie got it right. It's probably inappropriate for me to say anything about the judges' call in FJ yesterday. You can see my immediate reaction on the tape, but we'll say I'd love to see Sadie compete again if she wants to. Megan wrote, she is a formidable and gracious player with impressive knowledge. Fans are still mad at Jeopardy! Ruling. In a recent forum discussion via The Sun, fans are calling the Sadie Goldberger loss the worst of season 38. One person posted 3 contestants were robbed that season. Sadie was one of them, which brought several Jeopardy! Fans out to agree with the sentiment. Sadie Goldberger, I agree with, one person responded. But hard to see an invite back for her. That's effectively Jeopardy! Acknowledging they screwed up or that the rule isn't good as it's written. They honest to God did Sadie dirty, another wrote. According to Jeopardy! Rules, the final Jeopardy clue does not have to be spelled right, but it must be phonetically correct and not add or subtract any extraneous sounds or syllables. Many fans are still unclear on why Sadie's answer did not count. What are your thoughts on Sadie's loss? Let us know in the comments. For over 4 decades, Jeopardy! Has been the epitome of trivia excellence, a pristine battleground where knowledge reigns supreme and even the faintest misstep is caught, corrected, and cataloged by a fiercely loyal fan base. But this season, the long-running game show, famed for its blue and white set and signature answer in the form of a question format, has stumbled into controversy that just won't go away. And fans are still fuming. At the heart of the uproar is an unresolved mistake from an episode that aired in January when an apparent judging error slipped through the cracks and stayed there. A disputed ruling sparks outrage. The episode in question featured 3 strong contestants vying for the championship title. During Double Jeopardy, the category World Geography sparked a contentious moment. The clue. This African nation is home to Lake Victoria and borders Rwanda, South Sudan, and Kenya. Contestant Alex Morgan buzzed in first with confidence. What is Uganda? The answer was correct. Or was it? Host Ken Jennings ruled it valid, awarding Morgan $2,000. But sharp-eyed and sharper-eared fans immediately noticed something peculiar. On closer listening, many insisted that Morgan had actually said Ugandi, a subtle yet crucial mispronunciation that, under Jeopardy's notoriously strict pronunciation rules, should have been disqualified. Within minutes of the episode airing, social media lit up. The r/Jeopardy subreddit exploded with threads dissecting audio clips, spectrogram analyses, and slowed-down replays. Twitter, or X, as it's now called, buzzed with accusations that the show had been inconsistent with its standards. Uganda is not a country. This should have been negged, one user posted, garnering thousands of likes. Another chimed in. Imagine losing $10,000 because someone was awarded points for a non-existent country. Disappointing. A history of rigid rule. To understand why fans are still upset, it's important to grasp how exacting Jeopardy! Has traditionally been. Mispronunciations and misspellings have long been the undoing of contestants, sometimes tragically so. In 2013, contestant Thomas Hurley III famously lost points in Final Jeopardy for misspelling Emancipation Proclamation as Emancipation Proclamation, costing him a potential victory. That same rigidity is what makes the perceived leniency in this season's Uganda ruling so glaring to fans. Many feel that, in the past, contestants have been docked for far less egregious slips of the tongue. If they're going to be consistent, Ugandi shouldn't have stood, said longtime viewer Maya Thompkins, who's been watching since the Trebek era. I don't blame Alex Morgan, that's pressure. But the judges missed it, and it affected the outcome. Indeed, Morgan ultimately won the game by a slim $2,400 margin. If the Uganda response had been ruled incorrect, second-place contestant Priya Desai might have overtaken him and advanced to the Tournament of Champions. It wasn't just the ruling itself, it was the silence afterward that has driven fans to frustration. No clarification, no correction. Historically, Jeopardy! Producers have been transparent when controversial calls arise. The show has a precedent of issuing clarifications or even retroactively adjusting scores when warranted. Yet weeks turned into months, and no official comment on the Uganda incident emerged. Neither the show's official social channels nor executive producer Michael Davis addressed the controversy, despite mounting calls from fans for acknowledgement. They acted like it never happened, wrote one Reddit user. They used to be accountable. Nothing. Compounding matters was the fact that Jeopardy's post-game blog, a source fans often consult for deep dives and behind-the-scenes insights, skipped over the episode entirely. No recap. No mention. A conspicuous omission. A divided fandom. Of course, not every viewer agrees that the ruling was flawed. Some linguists and language sticklers came to the show's defense, arguing that minor pronunciation deviations shouldn't necessarily nullify a response if the intended answer is clear. Phonetics expert Dr. Lisa Chang weighed in via an X thread, stating, Ugandi may have been a slip, but it's within phonological variance. The intent was clearly Uganda and Jeopardy! Judges allow reasonable variations. Still, even those sympathetic to Morgan's response acknowledge that the show's inconsistency is problematic. It's not about punishing contestants, Chang added. It's about ensuring fair application of the rules. Viewers expect that. Why fans won't let go. If you're wondering why a single ruling continues to generate such prolonged ire, the answer lies in the DNA of Jeopardy! Fans themselves. This is a community of hyper-detail-oriented individuals. People who love precision. People who tape every episode, pause, rewind, and debate. To them, Jeopardy! Is more than a TV show. It's a meritocratic cathedral where accuracy is sacred. A place where the tiniest fact can swing fortunes, and where rules are clear, fair, and meticulously applied. The second you let one slide, you chip away at the foundation, Thompkins explained. It's not petty. It's about preserving what makes Jeopardy special. What happens now? So far, neither Ken Jennings nor the showrunners have addressed the Uganda controversy publicly. Whether they will is uncertain. Internally, sources close to production have hinted anonymously that the judges reviewed the tape and deemed the pronunciation acceptable within guidelines, but opted not to release a statement to avoid further fan escalation.